slightly slower, gone for a bit of a risk, but a lot more stable. And we think towards the end of the race, when everyone's tired, hopefully the extra stability of the Foxbat will allow us to start to come through.
Some of the guys might have a few little shortcuts, but I don't think they're going to be too significant on such a long day like today.
I think you're going to see some very interesting tactics today.
And it would all come down to tactics, since all the restrictive rules of the Dusi canoe race were suspended for the Husqvarna non-stop challenge. It was an early morning start for the competitors at Camps Drift near Pietermaritzburg. With 120 kilometers to paddle, the initial pace was certainly not going to be quick. With no rules governing portage on this race, defending champions, the Edmonds brothers John and Andrew were the first to break with tradition. They elected a 3 to 4 kilometer portage from the Ernie Pierce Weir. This was a move which was to pay off for them, with the other 75 canoes bunching up at the weir. The first one caused some major delays for these teams, wanting to gain an advantage as they had to proceed in single file. There was always the chance of a swim, but the right line wasn't chosen. With the need to go through the weir in single file holding up some of the more eager teams, some elected a short portage past it. The pair of Ben and Price from KwaZulu-Natal, having managed to get the whole shot on the Eddie Pierce Weir, lead the field on. They're unaware of how far the Edmonds brothers have decided to portage, so they push for a big lead. Also in the lead group, the strong team of Kevin White from Natal and James Leslie from the Free State. The only husband and wife team in the race, and incidentally married this time last year, Bruce and Heather Wenker were also up there. The question is, would they still be married at the end of this tough race? Meanwhile, somewhere in the suburbs of darkest Pietermaritzburg, the Edmonds brothers were still running. Obviously, no one told them this was a canoe race. Having learnt their lesson from the first weir, a lot more teams opt to portage over the second weir to avoid delays. The Edmonds brothers, having made good time on their portage, make a sudden appearance to put back in at low-level bridge. The unconventional tactics of a long portage from this local pair have paid off, since they now have a handy 2-minute lead over the rest of the field. Ben and Price are now lying in second and probably completely unaware of the Edmonds brothers' lead. Lying third, one of the few Gauteng teams in this race, Mark Perro and Neil Evans, are looking to put in a serious challenge. Back up at the front, the Edmonds brothers are portaging again, opting to run the Campbell's Farm portage. This must be taking its toll on their legs, but they look comfortable at this point, obviously having planned this carefully. In second spot now, another Gauteng team, Adrian Enthoven and Piers Cruikshank. They're pushing ahead with local team Gary Ward and Ken Reynolds moving up into third place. Whilst portage can save a lot of time on this race, it's not particularly easy, especially heading uphill. But that's what endurance races are all about, and they have saved time on the winding and slower section of the river. Still in with the main group, Bruce and Heather Wenker show how important teamwork is. There's a moral in here somewhere. The only women's team, Wendy White and Debbie Whiten, prove that men are not the only ones who can pull off this physically demanding race. Now, just where is that river again? At the hole-in-the-wall portage, the Edmondses still have a fairly commanding 1-minute lead. Ward and Reynolds are now up in second, with Enthoven and Cruikshank third, and local paddlers Wayne Volek and Gary Clark lying in fourth. The race takes an interesting turn at Decision Rapids, with Ward and Reynolds having made up the 1-minute gap and hauling in the Edmonds brothers. It's only a slim lead, but this will have a psychological advantage for Reynolds and Ward. Meanwhile, Enthoven and Cruikshank are also putting in a strong challenge for the lead. In fourth place, White and Leslie enter Decision Rapids. They're still looking focused and fairly comfortable. You can see they're not going to settle for fourth place. Back up at the front.
Don't forget to contact us with endurance sport information by either faxing us on 021 480 3303 or by writing to us at Old Mutual World of Endurance, P.O. Box 15313, Flyburg 8018.
Welcome back to the Doozy Non-Stop. The seemingly endless paddle across the Ananda Dam for the dam wall portage is a real test of mettle. After having had the river's flow to push one along, this is pure slog. Evans and Perro have taken the lead, though it's really academic at this point, as the Edmonds brothers are there in second with Enthoven just behind in third. After the put-in at the end of Ananda Dam, it's the Edmonds brothers who've regained the lead and take it to the top's Needle Rapids. White and Leslie have made good time on the portage and now lie in second, with Enthoven and Reynolds in third and fourth, respectively. It's still anyone's race, though, as there's not much separating this lead group. By this stage of the race, only 38 paddlers had made it through the cutoff mark, a testament to the toughness of this race. The Edmonds lead all the way to Cabbage Tree and then decide to portage over Burma Road. Leslie and White now mounting a serious challenge on the brothers go the conventional route to Yellow Rock and thus bypass Ducey Bridge. The Eddies realize they've made a tactical blunder, losing almost 12 minutes on this portage.
Heat made a big mistake here. I didn't realize my legs were so shot. So we're going to, instead of taking 33 or 34, we're going to do 36 or 37. The guys going around are going to do it in 33.
Having destroyed the rest of the field, Kevin White and James Leslie take the lead and pick up the pace. Clark and Volek have a go at the lead as well. Edmonds has now dropped to fifth. But it's White and Leslie who battle through the big water of the Umgeni River. Battling it hard for second place, Perro and Evans pushing hard against Clark and Volek. White and Leslie controlled the race on the lower reaches of the Umgeni, finishing in a record time of 7 hours, 53 minutes and 6 seconds.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable day. We made quite a few mistakes, but James was an absolute star. It's anyone who finishes this race, any person, any lady or man is an absolute hero.
The Gauteng pair of Mark Perro and Neil Evans finished 7.5 minutes later in second. Local boys Wayne Volek and Gary Clark come in a creditable 8 hours, 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Another grueling and punishing Husqvarna Doozy Non-Stop Challenge comes to an end.